Well, it looks like I'm early tonight, or at least a little bit earlier than usual. I have had a very full and very busy day, and tiring last part of it. Of course, it is now Friday night, and Friday night might be a more difficult time to catch up with my friends live. But I did want to talk to you because I've spent a lot of time, even with being busy, thinking about what I want to do about these live. Wait till some more come in. About these live broadcasts, though. And I guess I will wait for just a little bit longer so that I don't have to keep repeating myself. I have spent Sunny, that's exactly the conclusion that I came to with a lot of help from my friends. I've gotten a lot of feedback from people I care a great deal about and people who think that there is a very real place for these live chats that are of value both to me and it would appear to all of you. Hi, Valley. Great to see you. And I think the interaction that we have here is really, I think it's an important part of many of our day. And I think that we get to interact with other people that we care about who are, many of us, in similar circumstances in one way or another, or at the very least, we certainly understand each other and we certainly understand what people go through as they get older and as things get a little bit tougher for whatever reason that they do. So I am exactly. I mean, we can just do so much makeup and so many products, and a lot of it has to be about other things as well. It really, thank you, Sunny. I really appreciate that. Hi, Sheila. I am very happy to see you here. So, again, as I say, I was getting some negative feedback, not a lot, to be honest, but some. But I got a lot of positive feedback from people who really felt that they enjoyed the chats. And for me, I felt as if it was something that was a little bit different here in our little corner of the universe because most people don't do it this way. And I wasn't trying to follow the route of the people who are doing whatever they're doing. I think it's great that they're doing it. And I think it's great that they're doing it in a way that works for them. But I think we all have to do that. We all have to do it in a way that works for us. And for me, it's more meaningful to be able to connect with you and have you connect with each other because it gives you a chance to chat with other people in the community that you like and really enjoy interacting with on a regular basis. So I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to do my regular videos as well. I'm so glad, Jane, that you do enjoy the chats. And I did a lot of thinking about it. It was not an easy decision to make. I really was very close to stopping them altogether, but I think it just is what it is. It is real life. And real life is not always, it shouldn't be staged, and it's not necessarily smooth, and it's not necessarily perfect. It is what it is. And I think we all know that, and we all can be there for each other as we go through the trials and tribulations that we face as human beings. Exactly. There are so many on eyeshadow, foundation, etc. It is really, really good to be able to say, hey, what do you want to talk about? What's important to you? What is it that you want to share? What is it that you need help with? What is it that you need prayers for? Because we're all here for each other. I have been the beneficiary of some incredible prayers that have taken me a long way. And oh, by the way, speaking of which, I went to a podiatrist today for the very first time in my life, and I had no idea what to anticipate at all. But I think exactly, I think that everybody is united in this lovely little family package that we have here and enjoying each other's company and wanting to share on a regular basis. Exactly. That's true, Sheila. They do not promote overspending. And it's not about that at all. As a matter of fact, anything we discuss on here about spending is finding ways to really get things way less expensively and to do with fewer things to make it work. And it so easily can. It really is not necessarily about the other. I have to tell you, the podiatrist experience for me was wonderful. I loved him. I absolutely loved him. He was recommended by my next door neighbor. She had taken her mother there, and hi Maria, it is great to see you with the group. And it just was a really good experience to see this podiatrist. He made me feel at ease from the start. Now, mind you, I had not been able to have my toenails cut since before my surgery. Surgery was July 13th. That's a long time. I requested a podiatrist when I was in the hospital. I requested it in acute rehab. I requested it in the regular rehab, and I requested it when I went back in the hospital. Everybody yesed me to death, and nobody got me a podiatrist. I didn't do it while I had the visiting nurse service because I would have had to have a podiatrist who came into the house. And it's just as well that I started with somebody that I can go to. And as I say, he was wonderful. He did a great job. I have a couple of problematic toes. I do have a couple of fungus toes, and he was able to deal with that. And he also ground down the one toe that was the biggest issue. And he told me that about two more treatments and it should be relatively normal, and that I should be able to have my toenails polished in the spring and doing just fine and looking right. So I feel good. I already have my next appointment scheduled with him. And I'm going to be telling everybody I know here about him because I think he's wonderful. And that it's what I do. It's just what I do. If I find a solution to something that works for me, I want other people to benefit by it if in fact they need the same kind of service or the same kind of product or the same kind of anything. So yes, I think it was great. I have to tell you, Maria, this guy was so gentle and he was so good. No, it was a wonderful experience with him. I was terrified, frankly. I thought, what if he cuts me? What if he hurts me? What if I was having all kinds of thoughts? And of course, they ask you to fill out all this paperwork and who do they get in touch with in an emergency? And I'm thinking, what kind of an emergency can you have with a podiatrist? But it scared the hell out of me anyway, because I figured there must be something if they make you sign that. At one point, they asked me to sign this thing. I thought we were going to start off on the wrong note because they asked me to sign this paper that explained the way it was a privacy thing, explained the way they share information. And if I disagreed with it, they asked me to fill in my specific instructions. So I said to the girl at the front desk, I need to take this home and read it over and then fill it out because I don't want to waste time reading a 4-page privacy notice here. And she said to me, well, you have to put something in there. And I said, well, you're asking me to fill something out about something I haven't read. So how do I know whether I agree or disagree with it? Exactly. Exactly. If you can't reach your toes, you can't do anything beneficial for them. So ultimately, she said, well, it's just the usual stuff that you sign at every doctor's office. I said, tell you what. I said, you tell me what it says, and I'm fine with it. She said, it's just the usual stuff about if we have to talk to the insurance company and give them any information or any other doctor of yours, or if there's anybody in the family. And I had given David as my I know, Sandy, you had said that before. I want, I put David down. They asked about who to get in touch with, I guess. I don't remember the exact wording of it. But then I thought to myself, do I really want him involved with anything of a medical nature? You know, I adore him. You know, I think he's wonderful. I think he's inordinately bright. I think he is charming and clever and all kinds of wonderful. However, making medical decisions, I'm not so sure. When I took care of his cat, and the cat was really sick, and I'd known that cat for years, and I said, David, something's wrong. Please take him to the vet. And David said to me, he's just depressed because he's at your house and not with us. Turned out he had cancer. So if David thought cancer was depression, I'm not exactly sure I want him making any kind of medical decisions for me. So I'm going to have to rethink that. But in any case, I did make an appointment again for 2 months from now, because apparently that's how it works with Medicare. You can go every 2 months. So I have my next appointment scheduled. And I said to him, I really feel as if you should weigh me because I think I'm 5 pounds lighter from all the clippings that he took off my toes. My toes feel more comfortable in my shoes. It's wonderful. Exactly. And I also said to him, I have never been to a podiatrist before, but I have a feeling you and I are going to be going steady from now on. So I cannot reach the toes of my right foot. The only part of that that's problematic for me really is that I want to do the coconut oil on the two fungus toenails, because you can get rid of a fungus toenail with it. You just have to be diligent about it. And it feels incredible, Sheila. It feels absolutely incredible in my shoes. I feel like my shoes are bigger, like they have more space. My stockings would push my toenails together. He was telling me that he has seen patients where all the nails go across the top of the foot in the shape of the shoe because they just never get them cut. And, and that they were really terrible. I can't speak about that, Sandy, about the tree oil. I can speak about the coconut oil, and the coconut oil absolutely works, because when I was using it, the new growth of nail was totally fungus free, and it was about halfway up the nail. Unfortunately, I've not been able to do it for months now, so I don't know the answer, as I say, about that for the tree oil, but it's definitely true for exactly Maria, like claws. It's bad, because I said to him when he first looked at my toes, I said, are my nails the worst you've seen? And he said, far from it. They're really not bad at all. I was concerned about whether my feet were clean, because when I wash my feet in the shower, I can wash my left foot with no problem. But my right foot, I'm relying on that stick with the sponge thing on it. I don't know how good a job that thing is doing. So I don't know if my feet are semi-clean or not clean or clean. I really don't know. But I have to tell you today, for the very first time, when I took my shower, I was so thrilled, because having the handheld shower, the shower head has been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Having the transfer bench has been wonderful. But I always, always sit when I take a shower. And it's not as satisfying as standing there and having the water run all over you. Today, for the first time, I stood for much of the shower, and I just felt the water running all over me, and it felt wonderful. I did have to sit down when I soaped myself up, but then I stood up for the rest of it, and it was great. So that was the one thing that I took care of today with the podiatrist, and I'm very happy that I did. And yes, I also had my breakfast date today. I wasn't sure I was going to because when I contacted him this morning, he did not get, it was a much warmer feeling, Sheila, standing in the shower and having the water running all over me. It was absolutely wonderful. I can actually foresee a day when I can stand in the shower and take a shower like a normal human being. Wouldn't that be great? So I can picture that. On the plus side again, and I think I mentioned this last night, I am noticing, and I want to go poo, 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 that when I have to lean over for something like changing the water bowls for the dogs, or if something falls on the floor, having to pick it up, I'll tell you about the date in a minute, that I can actually do it without it hurting my leg as much. I have to do it gingerly, but I can do it. Okay, so I wasn't sure what was going to happen with the date because he didn't get back to me right away, and I thought, okay. And then I realized he had told me to call him, and I had no intention of calling him until I saw whether or not he seemed like a normal human being for me. Yes, we should be able to take advantage of it or to enjoy it. You're absolutely right. So I finally did meet him, and when I got there, he was waiting for me in the vestibule of the diner. And it was funny because the very first thought I had was, oh, he looks like a nice, clean-cut man. He looks like a much older version of the photograph he had online. So I guess a lot of people do that. As they get older, they don't really want to have pictures of them as they appear. So, hi, Donna, welcome. So we went inside and we had breakfast, and it was very easy conversation. It was really nice. You can catch up with it, Myra, just about my going to the podiatrist and a couple of other little things that I was talking about. So, as I said, we had a really nice, comfortable talk. I did have the appointment with the podiatrist scheduled, so I couldn't stay too long. I met him at 10:30. I left him, I think, by 12 because I had a 12:30 appointment, and I had to go put gas in the car, which meant I had to first go to the bank and get money, then come back, put gas in the car, and go find a parking space at the place. The way we ended it was that we both said we enjoyed it. And he told me that he wanted to be in touch, but I still hadn't given him my phone number. And I said to him, I didn't want to block my number when I called you. So, yeah, thanks, Sheila. I'm glad it was pleasant too. So I said I didn't want to block the number, but at the same time, I wasn't prepared to give it out because I needed to know that you were not a crazy person. So, um, on that note, we shall see how it goes. But he contacted me again later today on the site, and he told me that he would like to get together again, maybe go have a meal at the restaurant that I had told him about, the Italian restaurant that had such good food that the girls and I often go to. And he said maybe we could go to the movies, and I thought that would be lovely. I would really enjoy that. It's a funny thing. I had talked in one of my videos about being judgmental, and I think the best of us is judgmental in the way that we process information. Let me give you an example. I mean, he was talking about different things he likes to do, and he was talking about his relationships and his family and the things that people talk about when they first meet. And one of the things that he mentioned is that he enjoys going to the track during the season. He likes horse racing. and that he likes to go to OTB. And right away, I had a certain perception based upon that. And I thought to myself, just don't do that. I have a Google phone. As a matter of fact, I probably do not have my Google phone number anymore because I really wasn't using it. But I did have one for a long time, and it's not a bad idea. It's actually a good idea, so maybe I will do that again. I do like that idea, actually. So yes, uh, I, I was concerned that he's a gambler, and he is in his later 70s. I was concerned that he was a gambler, and I don't know whether he is or whether he is not, but I would think he probably is. But this is somebody who asked me out for a meal. This is somebody who, yes, this is somebody who asked me to go to a movie. He didn't ask me to marry him. I don't have to process all the things that he does with his life. We can be friends. We can have that kind of relationship. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where anything else is going for that matter. It is what it is for this moment in time, and that's just the way it is. Exactly. It is breakfast or a meal, not picking out a wedding dress. It's okay for him to be exactly who he is, and it's okay for me to be exactly who I am. He walked me back to my car. He made sure that I was safely in it. He seemed to be able to get past my walking like Frankenstein fresh off the table. And he was just a pleasant person to be around. So it is just fine. And I'm going to enjoy it for exactly what it is. And I'm not projecting anything into the future, but as I say, it's an interesting thing that we do as humans where we process information and we immediately come to a conclusion based upon what we're hearing. So I'm trying very hard not to do that. He does sound like, exactly. He does sound like a nice man. I think he is. He was very open. He was very clean. You could see that he took pride in the way he was dressed. He wore a nice crisp shirt that was either well taken care of, well tailored, or well cleaned or whatever, nice pair of trousers, and he just looked overall as if he tried. So good night, Sonny. And I felt this was online, Maria. Yes, he's retired, and he, he just does seem like a genuine person. He also happened to mention that there was a woman that he was with for a long time who got cancer, and she wound up being sick for 6 years before she passed away. And he was with her the whole time, and he took care of her, and that says a lot about him as well. So I think it's all really, really good. I have to tell you another aside about this online interaction. The guy that won with the romantic soul, he and I have kind of been writing back and forth to each other, and he had been talking about all these kind things. Well, yeah, maybe, but who knows what it is. And then again, does one want to blow it on the track? But to each his own. Um, Mine has been on makeup and whatever else. So I guess we all make our choices. But, uh, oh, I lost my train of thought again. Where was I headed? He does live alone. Yeah, he does. He has kids, and they're all on their own. And he has a couple of grandchildren. So, yeah. And again, I mean, he seems like a perfectly nice guy. Oh, thanks a lot. The romantic soul, he was talking to me. Hi, Denise. He was talking to me about doing nice things for other people, and he sent me this thing that Art Buchwald had written a long time ago. So I find I always do it anyway. If I see somebody who looks particularly nice or is wearing something that looks a little special, or they do something that they do really well, I I always try to tell them that I appreciate what they are doing, or how something looks, or that. And I find, I mean, I do it anyway, as I say, but I'm doing it even more. And people, you really do make people's day. You really do. And how worthwhile is that? What a wonderful feeling that is, to be able to make somebody else's day just by telling them something that's the absolute truth. Let me give you a little thing. I have to tell you, I feel so blessed in a way. I, yes, I had, oh, I'm getting messages coming across my screen, so forgive me. I had picked up a couple of things today before I came home, and I was trying to figure out how to get them up the steps in front of my house. I have all these steps, and it was hard to manage because I'm trying to manage these packages, and I am trying to use the cane and hold onto the railing and get up the stairs. So, yeah, call Linda. So, this young woman came out of a car that was parked in front of my house, and she said to me, "I see you struggling with that. Can I help you?" She said, "I'll just take it to the top of the stairs and I'll leave it there." As if she was mindful of the fact that I might not want a total stranger off the street to come into my house under the guise of trying to help me. So I really appreciated both her offer, hi, and her offer of doing it, and her thinking of how it might affect me. So she brought the stuff to the top of the stairs. She was wearing flat shoes and a very lovely, understated but stylish outfit. And the back of her heels on these flat shoes, it had like this silver rim, and it looked perfectly wonderful. And I said to her, "I love your shoes. They are just so lovely on you." And she thanked me so much. And it's just something that was there that I noticed, that I mentioned. And every time I do, I never thought about it, as I say, until the romantic soul had brought it to my attention. And, he said it's something that he also likes to do all the time. And I think it's such an easy thing for us to do. Such an easy thing. If somebody's having a bad day, you don't necessarily know that they're having a bad day. But if you can say something that turns out to be meaningful to them and make their day just a little bit better, exactly, paying it forward. And I love it. I'm just a little bit more aware of it now that we're having this kind of conversation back and forth. And you make someone's day. You really do. And what does it take to do it? What does it take to do it? Funny thing is, my father used to do that all the time. And somebody had made, uh, what if she had bad shoes? I would have found something else, I'm sure. She also was wearing a lovely dress, and she had a lovely accent. So there was a lot about her. And again, it was such kindness. And in a world in which a lot of people talk about people as being thoughtless and selfish, and yes, Sheila, I think it is a good idea to enjoy the live streams, and I have decided I am going to do them. I still have the nails on, sort of. Two of them popped off, but it's my fault. It was because I used the wrong glue in the beginning, so that's not going to happen again. Um, oh, aw. The guy scared her by ringing the bell. Aw, that's too bad. Yeah, 'cause it's so nice. It really is so nice. You know, and it's interesting to get back to the dating thing for a minute. I'm hearing from guys, I'm hearing from a lot of guys who are younger than I am, and I always wonder if they are, um, thanks, Myra. I wonder if they are thinking that maybe I have some money that they can get their hands on, because surely they're not going to be attracted to somebody considerably older than themselves right off the bat. So one guy wrote to me today and he asked me if I would consider dating somebody of his age and that he's tall and he's 57. And I said, and he said, how would you feel about that? And I said, I would be much more interested in knowing why you wanted, you'd be interested in dating me and why you don't have a photograph of yourself here, and more about you than I would be specifically about your age. So he wrote back immediately. Of course, it was sort of slick because he said the reason is because I was so taken with your dazzling smile or your gorgeous smile or something, whatever the heck. You can call the group anything you like, Sandy. Be my guest. You could call it the Hooters or the Cooters or anything that turns you on. Be my guest. So, BS. Yeah. So, but you hear all this stuff. And then there was another guy he wrote to me and he had 8 different pictures. And in probably 6 of the pictures, he had pictures with dogs. And oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, she was saying that they asked if she was a good kisser. That would turn me off immediately. It really would. It was kind of like the guy who called me with the sexual innuendo. Total turnoff. It really is. Get to know the person. Get to know me. Get to make me feel as if you care about me as a human being. That you don't just see me, that you don't see, what was that expression? You don't see me as a nurse or a purse or a sexual object or whatever. I think it's really important. I think all of us, need to see each other for who we in relationship. And I don't mean only physically intimate. I mean intimate on any level. We need to know who we're dealing with. So who knows? I mean, a lot of it will probably turn out to be nothing, but that's okay because I'm having some good experiences with it. Oh, here we go. Where is housekeeping when you need it? So I'm just distracted now. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm pleased with the way things are going, just day by day. And I'm going to take it day by day and just enjoy every day for what it is, to the best of my ability. Listen, there are days and there are moments. Well, I'm waiting to see if necessary. So I am just, I'm trying to do the best I can. I got a call from the primary physician this morning about my blood results, and he said everything was good. My white blood cell count was good. My red blood cell count was good. My hemoglobin, hematocrit were good. Thyroid was good. Kidney function was good. The only thing he said was the cholesterol was high. I did not do this fasting, though. Cholesterol was high, though. It was 275. And, if you're still on here, Sheila, I forgot the name. He told me he was going to do Crestor, but there was a different name on the prescription. So is Crestor no longer just Crestor? Is it now generic? I don't know. Because he had given me a prescription for 5 milligrams of that, and he told me to start out taking it every other day. That's it. Rovastatin. rosuvastatin, whatever. Yeah, that's the one. That's what it was. I hate, yeah, I don't like statins either. They shrink the fat out of the brain. Oh, that doesn't sound like a good thing. The only place I want fat is on my brain. No, and I know if I do take statins, I want to take the CoQ10 to counteract it. But he was talking about it just every other day. My LDL was good. My HDL was a little bit off, but not horribly. So that was okay. My vitamin B12 came back good. Vitamin D didn't come back yet. So I'm really curious to know that one because that's the one that was low last time. And again, with me only taking the 1,000 milligrams, I am going to up it to the 2,000 and see where it goes from there. You did a video on Crestor? Your lower back was killing you. Ugh, that's not good. Were you on it for a long time, Maria? Wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely pay attention to that. I don't like the idea of the statins. Yes, I know. I know. And all I need is leg cramps because my leg's been killing me. So you switched from Lipitor to Crestor? Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll see. Again, he's not wanting me to take it every day. So that's a positive. So if I can take it every other day, and my cardiologist had said something similar when he first wanted to put me on it. He even said that it's effective 3 times a week. And my cardiologist is one who teaches other physicians and speaks at conferences all over the country. So eat olive oil and Irish butter. I love Irish butter. I adore Irish butter. Son of a gun. Really? And olive oil is the only oil that I use at home. Yeah, and most of the things that I have out are olive oil. But I have been having regular butter lately. I've been having my Bialys with butter. I've been having English muffins with butter. You took the CoQ10? Oh, Irish butter is incredible. It is in our regular grocery store. It's, is it, what the heck is it called? Kerry? Kerry something? Kerry Irish butter. Comes in a green and gold package. And it is absolutely wonderful. It really tastes better than regular butter. But I really was having very little butter for a very long time. Margarine is bad for you. I don't do margarine. There, for a while, when I first had the stent, Kerrygold, that's what it's called, right? Kerrygold. And it is wonderful. When I first had the stent, the doctor had mentioned something called Benicar. It's a substitute for butter. It actually tastes, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. What came through? I missed it. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at it. If I catch it, I'll take care of it. I've got to do the moderators on this. I really am going to have to do that because it doesn't seem to be working too well without it. So I will try to get that worked out. Again, I said I'm not exactly sure how to set it up, but I'll do my best to do it because I know a few people have volunteered to do it, and I certainly need the help. Because if I spend all my time looking at the comments as they go by, I totally lose my train of thought all the time. So I'm trying to stay on track as much as I can. The Benicar, I think it's called Benicar. I don't know. My cardiologist had recommended it back in the day. I haven't had it for a long, it was very expensive. Where? I'm not seeing anything. I'm missing it, Sandy. Kerrygold butter is absolutely wonderful. The good type of fats. For example, I love salmon. And you are? I am, I love salmon and I know that that's good for you. So I try, and again, I mean, my my triglycerides also get high, but I have to tell you, my triglycerides used to be crazy high. They weren't as. You're seeing troll comments? Why am I not? I'm not seeing them. I thought I hid them from the channel, so I don't know how you're seeing them. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're talking about my makeup? Listen, honey, if you don't like my makeup, go find somebody whose makeup you like. I can't, I'm not doing my makeup for anybody other than myself, and it works for me. So I don't know what else to tell you. And I appreciate the fact that you're not trying to be rude, but it's rude. It comes across that way. So if it's not your intention, don't say it, because you can hurt people unwittingly. And if you don't want to, don't say it. Okay, I will definitely do that if if it comes across again. As I say, I totally missed the first time, so it is what it is. And again, I just I will as soon as it comes across. I don't I don't understand, and never will, the need for people to hurt other people. And I know all the things that everybody says about it. Just be nice. Be nice to somebody else. Try it. It'll make you feel so much better. Try it. You might like it. It is what it is. What can I say? Oh, okay. On that note, let's get back to our discussion. And okay, this one is now gone. She's gone now. She's hidden from the channel, so she can say whatever she wants. I mean, it could be a guy, it could be a girl, who the hell knows? Whatever. As I say, if these people have a need to try to harm anybody, or to try to get in people enjoying themselves, that is about them, says nothing about us. So God bless them, and I hope that they find themselves in a better place with no need to do that. So we will see. Okay. I will not do. I didn't get my he forgot to tell me the hemoglobin A1C, and I really wanted to know, so I called back. Oh, good. I'm glad you reported it as bullying. Oh, hi. It's nice to see you. I just your total is 240. I don't know what the ratio. I don't know what the ratio means. I'm going to have to look for my ratio, because I'm really not sure what it is, to tell you the truth. But the A1C last time, I thought it was 5.7, but it was not. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Jane. It, okay. Hello from Scotland. I, did it again. Lost my train of thought. You have to get me back on track. It is definitely distracting. There is no question about it. Oh, the A1C. I had thought it was 5.7, but it turns out it was 5.9 the last time. So he did it again, and I will see where it turns out this time. Because I've been eating a lot of sugar, and I really need to stop it. I really do. Son of a gun. You knocked your internet off. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I can't believe it. Wow. So I'm glad you're back, Sheila. I'm glad you were able. The eyelid base, are you talking about this part of it? Because what I have on is, today I actually used my Urban Decay primer. It is that, something, I think, forgive me, I'm going to stop this for a second. Myra, that's a great idea. Maybe we can encourage each other. Maybe we can those of us who choose to do it, why don't we just do that for the new year? Oh, I'm so sorry. I really am so sorry, Sheila. I know that's got to be annoying. Okay, so the primer is the Urban Decay, and this is that palette from Profusion. When I do my next live, I'll have the palette here to show you. I mean, it's amazing. Um, it comes out really smooth. And again, I'll come in close, and I'm tired. It's been a long day, but it's pretty smooth still at the end of a long day. So I think it's a good quality. And this one I bought, and when I bought it, they had, yeah, my A1C was 5.9, so I am teetering on the brink. But at least it was a month ago. I'll see what, if it's not over 6, I'll eat my hat. But I will, coming back to it, I will show you that palette. And I I think the palette, it's okay, Carol. It's okay, we're still here. The I think that palette was $10. Something was 10, something was 7. But whatever it was 35% off, so it was really inexpensive. And I'm so impressed with what you get for the money. And yes, as I've said before, there are certainly products that might give you a little bit more flawless application. Unless you have one on one eye and one on the other, you'd never know the difference. Back away from that lint. I have to tell you, I had a piece of yes, it is Profusion. It's not rose gold. This one is not the rose gold. This one was, I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. One of them was Temptress, but I didn't use Temptress today. Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I promise I'll bring it the next video I do. I'll you, but it's got some really nice colors in it. And again, I'm amazed at what kind of bang you get for the buck. And they give you the bloody brush. So even for people who don't have brushes, you have everything. It's what's more clear side than color. Sultry? It's not the sultry. It's a very popular one now. Do you got the contour? It does make a difference. Yes, I really like the contour. I'm extremely happy with it. I love the highlighter. The highlighter is really super. White Russia Gloss Buxom. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with that one. But these are really good, and I'm just you don't know what is, Carol? I think I missed something along the way. I'm trying to think of the name of that palette. Blood sugar levels? Oh, the lip gloss. I still didn't get those pots, Sheila. I didn't get them. I wonder how soon I'm going to get that stuff. I was really excited about that. I'm looking forward to getting it. The Buxom glosses. Oh, I'll have to try that. But I really want to get the A1C. Okay, I'm losing the context though, Carol. I'm really losing the context about the A1C at this point. I would be shocked though with all the sugar that I'm having if it's not up. And I know when I eat the sugar, I know that I don't feel well. It makes me feel less terrific. I just don't feel well. And by the way, I forgot to take my pill this morning because I was racing around so much. I took everything but the blood pressure pill. Totally forgot about it until late in the day today. I can't wait to get those pots. I really, Cannot wait to get it. Um, do you remember how yours arrived, Sheila? Did it arrive in a box or a bag? Malamars are wonderful. I love them. When I used to have Malamars regularly, which is many, many years ago, there was always one hard one in the box, but all the rest of them were really great. But now I'm definitely hooked on that Lindt chocolate. Today when I came home, I ate a half of one of those chocolate bars. I promised myself I would have one row. I did. And then I had another one row. And then I had another one row. So it came in a box. Okay, because I got something in a manila envelope today, so I have to see. But I'm very anxious to get that to try. I also am going to try, I had got, well, it's down on the thing. I can't reach it right now. But these brushes for the skin, so I want to try that and do a video on that. And I do have another product that was sent to me that I want to do a video on. So I've got a lot of catching up to do and kind of trying to, I had one row 3 times exactly, and it was really bad. And then I look and I say to myself, where is the chocolate bar? It's half gone. It's really not good. I also, the other day, when I was in the supermarket, don't go to the supermarket hungry is definitely the message. Because I wound up buying, they had these ice cream things. I think you're gonna love the Marinette, Sandy. I really, truly hope that you do. I just, Malamars are cookies. They are cookies that have a dome-shaped top. The bottom is kind of a graham cracker type bottom. Then it has marshmallow inside covered by hard chocolate that goes crunch when you bite into it. You signed up for the Itsy monthly box? Oh, really? Oh, I haven't seen that one. Oh, that's got to be fun. I know, it's a very, very bad thing. And I am really good about not eating sweets when I stay away from all of it. I cannot have that first piece. I really can't. It's like I'm an addict. I really cannot have that first piece. So it makes it difficult when I do that. Yeah, it's just something that is not going to work for me. I need to get myself off. It's $10. Okay. So then I have to say to myself, because I have a new addiction that started today. It's a long story. But as I had mentioned to a dear friend earlier today, that I did something uncharacteristic for myself today, in that I bought a $10 scratch-off lottery ticket. And, oh, look at this. I have something on my teeth. I bought it not for me, but for David, because of what was going on with him. I just wanted something special for him. So I have to say to myself, I did drink water. Oh, that's so funny. And I haven't seen those messages. Why am I not seeing them? I did not win. Oh, boo-hoo. I have to tell you, though, I was laughing because as I was scratching it off, I didn't even know how to play. So I didn't know what it would look like if I did win. So, oh, coffee with Cool Whip. Oh, you're killing me. That sounds good. Yeah, so it's just, it's a rough time, and there is something that's, I don't know. Maybe it's the chocolate. But I am a virgin scratch-off player, you betcha. But I said to myself, this could be a fun game to play. So I thought, if I did it once a month, maybe I could do that. So the question is, do I do that or do I buy my sweets? Could be a trade-off. It really could be a trade-off. I have to give that some thought. It would have been nicer to win than not to win. But at least you have to scratch off a lot of numbers. No, there's nothing to miss. I really haven't talked about it. He's just going through a tough time. I bought I bought a $2 ticket not too long ago, and I that's not fun scratching it off because there's not enough to scratch. On a $10 ticket, you you have a lot of numbers to scratch off. So, for that period of time that you're scratching it off, you have hope. So you have hope for longer with a $10 ticket than you do with a $2 ticket. So that was interesting, but it's not something I'm going to do with any kind of regularity. I just thought it was interesting. Too many number. I really got excited. It had said that if it was the Win for Life thing, and it had said if the winning number has the word life underneath, then you win for life. If you scratch the code, it will tell you right away. First of all, I'm not sure where the code is. Second of all, I'm not sure I'd want to know right away. I want to have the pleasure of scratching off all the numbers so I can anticipate my big win before I lose. I think that that's what it's all about. Do you know that they actually have people who make YouTube videos of them scratching tickets? Oh, there you go. $10 for a dollar. Now that is so funny. Yeah, I won, I think on one of them, I won $52. That was really impressive. Stay out of the car, Carol. That's really funny. Yeah, no, I'm being a bad influence, and I really apologize. You watch them all the time. When I watched a few of them because I thought something was going to happen. I thought there must be a reason for this. I I have to tell you, Myra, it's really funny. Several years ago now, yeah, there you go. That's interesting. I had a streak for a while there on the $2 tickets. I never bought more than the $2 tickets, where I was buying it from this one particular place, and it must have just been a good roll of tickets because I won on almost every ticket I bought. I won something. I won $2, $4, $10, $50. I never won a huge amount, but I did win that. And it was exciting. So it makes you feel like, oh, that was fun. And let's do that again. I am not the kind of person who is a big winner in anything like that. There was this thing that was going around locally years ago where it was supposedly an investment in a company, and you would invest in it and other people would invest in it, and you would go up this ladder of things, and ultimately you would come out of it with thousands of dollars, which of course turned out to be a pyramid scheme, but I didn't even know what a pyramid scheme was at the time. And the week before my friend and I were supposed to cash out because we had reached the top rung, they stopped doing it because apparently there was some kind of expose on this thing, and that was the end of it. And I said, that is my luck. And as I say, I didn't even know what the heck that was. All I remember is going to these meetings, and in those days you could smoke. Be like one of those old time black and white movies where all you saw was smoke in the room as they would walk through. It was kind of like you'd expect a scene from Casablanca, Instant Karma. Oh, I am so glad that I did too. I really am. I'm glad that I really did give it a lot of thought because I was considering very seriously not doing this anymore. But as I said, when I first started to do it and I recognized the benefit that it seemed to be having with a whole group of people who really wanted to be here and really wanted to interact with me and each other, I felt that it had a real value. And it seemed to be something that other people who were using the live venue or the live application within the venue were using it for um, for reasons more to benefit themselves than benefit anybody else. I could not make you come up here. You'd have to drive. So, um, yeah, but I think there is definitely that is absolutely true. We do get involved in each other's lives, and we know what's happening, and we care about it, and we do develop friendships, and that's really important. And I think as we get older, it becomes more and more important because forging new relationships is harder as you get older. There are fewer opportunities to meet people on that deeper kind of level where you really, really connect. And I think we all need that. We really all need it so much. So I'm happy for it. And if it is perceived as unprofessional, I apologize to those who think it is. It is what it is. It is real life, or it is, at least at this very moment, my real life. So, exactly, you're not going through things alone, whatever you're going through. And if you're having a bad day, it is nice to know that number one, you're not the only person who has bad days. And number two, you can be pulled out of it by people who care enough to be there and, kid around or talk or commiserate or whatever. Like, why me? You're right, Sandy. So I think I'm convinced, and as I say, I thank you all, those of you who have helped to convince me, that it is something that I need to continue, at least for now, and to try to continue to bring this wonderful group of people together. And I think again, it's like having visits with friends. Those that don't like it don't have to watch. You're absolutely right, Sheila. I'm not going to read the second half out loud. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to read it. You've been doing low carb for a few months and feel very good. Sugar does, it does. It gives me a very weird feeling too. I just do not feel well when I'm having too much sugar. I just don't. And I know it's a mistake, and yet I find myself doing it, and it's bad. I find sometimes when I don't have a chance to have a meal, I'll grab sugar because it feels good. Donna, you win on $2. You got $18. That's great. That really is great. You know what it is? It's not the win as much as it's like winning something. It's kind of like opening a present. It really is, and it can be fun as long as you don't get carried away with it. As long as it does not become an addiction, and as long as you don't spend a lot of money on it. I remember at one point, I was watching Kim Zolciak on, I think it was the show that she did with her husband and kids. Bittersweet chocolate may be better for you, but I can't stand the taste of it. I watched 10 YouTube, my favorite. Whoops, I missed the second part of it. What does that say? I watched 10 YouTube, my favorite makeup for December, and I really like this one. It gets to a point where they're stashing all this makeup. Yeah, yeah, there is a lot of that. That's funny. They can't see you shaking your head. That is so funny. And yes, I know. And when I was having my senior moment and not being able to conjure up the word femoral nerve, yeah, that was one of those. Speaking of candy canes, oh my God, you're kidding. Oh, that's so crazy. I don't know. People really, I'm not going there. It just, I don't understand it is all I'll say, and I'll leave it at that. I think the children should be allowed to enjoy it. It is a good idea to eat anything before you go to the store because it's ridiculous. Yeah, that is just crazy that that would be. Oh, hi, Ange. I'm so happy you're here. The date was very pleasant, Marla. He turned out to be a very nice man. He smiled a lot. He was just nice. He really was nice, and he got in touch with me later and told me he enjoyed it, and then to meet again, and I will do it. And we'll, at the very least, if I can make a friend, that'll be nice. I don't know, I'm just gonna let it be what it is, but it's good. Um, saw the subway video with that nut hitting another woman and calling her names. Yeah, I had a morning date this morning and we went for breakfast. And it was really very pleasant. And it was funny. The thing about it that was the funniest for me was that he was already there. I was a few minutes late because it took me a little while to get the dogs to come in. And I have to tell you, Maria, I have never tasted Nutella. I'm going to have to try it. I hear it tastes like hazelnut, or it is hazelnut. Anyway, the thing that was the funniest about it was that, okay, yep, I'm back. Wow, that's the first time. Yep, that's the first time that it's happened in a while. You love it when my mouth stays open. Let me know when you see me coming back, because for me, I'm back now. If it happens again, I will just end it at that point. But let me know if you're starting to see me again. Okay. Yeah, it is the first time it knocked me off in quite a while, so I have to be grateful for that. And oh, Nutella's not good? Okay, I have not ever had it. I know other people who eat it. Linda eats it, I think, by the spoonful, so, but she also eats peanut butter that way. So I don't, that's not my thing. Um, adjust the internet aluminum foil. It's not buffering now? Am I buffering for anybody at this point? I don't, okay, good, because I don't think it's buffering anymore, but you have to let me know if it is, because some of the time I see it, some of the time I don't. Okay, good. All right, so as I say, if it starts buffering again, I'm not going to bother coming back, so we will end it there. And I just wanted to let you know that just in case it does happen. So I am going to, oh, TMI, Sandy. That's really funny. Reminds me of a line from the movie It's Complicated, where he says, TMI, oh, TMI. Yes, yeah, I think it is good now. I think it's been a whole lot better since I got the new phone, wouldn't you say? I know, aren't we fortunate to have that information at hand, Rita? Good, I'm glad. I know, I'm just absolutely amazed when I watch people doing an entire video scratching tickets and talking about whether or not they won $2. I mean, it may be interesting. What I started to tell you before was I watched an episode, I'm pretty sure it was, of that show with Kim Zolciak's family, her husband and children, and she got a whole roll of lottery tickets, scratch-offs, and she scratched them off. Talk about excess. That I cannot even fathom. I could never do that. I feel as if I'm going to be spending any appreciable amount of money, I want to see something for it that I will see for a very long time. I don't want it to just go up in smoke. $50. I mean, I could never do it. I really could never do it. A lot of people in my industry seem to love to gamble. And she has A makeup line? She has a makeup line? I know she has the wigs, but makeup too? Good night, Maria. It was great to have you with us. So, Kim Zolciak, I believe she's talking about. I had, yeah, I could not personally do it. But as I say, there are a lot of people who are in my business who go to the casinos regularly, and they just are they are really addicted to gambling, and they will tell you about their big wins, but they never tell you about their losses. So I think it's interesting. Real Housewife, right? It's amazing to me when I see those shows how inherently crazy a lot of those people seem. You think so? Carol, I don't know. I think I just am what I am. So I don't know, but I don't know. Very, very sweet, but I think I'm just nothing special. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the live chat, Donna. I really am glad. It is actually getting very, very long, though. Would you think that it would be a good time to end it, or would you like to continue talking for a little while? I leave it entirely up to you. Choice is yours, ladies. Just give me some input. Thank you. Thank you so much. You just got here, right? So you need some more time. Okay, so let's stick with it. Is there anything in particular that, oh my God, Sandy, what did you have for dinner? I'm comfortable. I'm not in pain tonight. I really am. I mean, nothing more than the normal. I have to tell you, I'm so excited. I still have my shoes on. I'm so excited to be able to wiggle my toes inside my shoes. It is so good. This is very, very exciting. No, I'm not getting tired. I am just fine. I tend to be a night owl, unfortunately. I wish I were not. So, okay, that looks good to me. It's the small things. I think it's always the small things. So, yeah, isn't it amazing? It's things you take for granted, and it's just really nice. I can wiggle my toes. Yay! It's funny, when I was talking to the podiatrist, I told him when my aunt was living with me after my mother died and their brother had died, she had been living with him in Florida, and she came back here and lived with me, and I never saw her without her shoes on. She had her shoes on all the time. Oh, I wish you hadn't said that, Sheila. I would love a great burger too. I want a Bobby's burger. They are the best here. They're the best burgers around. Hammer toes. Oh, yeah, that has to hurt. Don't they break your toes to do that or something? Yeah, that has to be really painful. Um, I've been really basically belly, so no burger. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to go to Bobby's Burgers. I have to tell you, I love, 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 and I mean, I don't like the reason for it, but I love having that handicapped hang tag. It has made my life so much easier to be able to park some of the time, and you don't always have spots available, but to be able to park some of the time closer to the place that I'm going is such a gift. It really is. It makes the experience of going there a lot easier than it was otherwise. So I'm just really grateful for it. It almost feels like a miracle to me. Low sugar, if you have very low blood sugar, it's not good. New York, yeah, I mean, thank God for me, thank God we don't have snow on the ground. Although it is pretty when there's snow on the ground the day that it falls, the next day it's gray snow, charcoal gray. Um, but yeah, I guess for me, the winter, my biggest issue with winter is the barrenness, all the trees with their leaves gone, and all of the flowers gone. And, it looks a lot more dismal in the wintertime. And I just love when the crocus comes up, when the hyacinth, and, when you start to see the tulips and all the flowers start to come out, it just feels so wonderful. They enjoyed their visit to the city. Yeah, that's good. That really is good. Oh, hi, how are you, Wendy? I am so, yeah, I know. I am doing much better, and I am happy that it's going better than it was. I'm going to be starting physical therapy again. You were so right when you warned me that I was about to go through that hell. It has been that, no question about it. But I'm better than I was, and I'm grateful for it. So thank God. I can't complain. I am, Wendy, still doing my regular videos as well. So feel free to just watch those, the ones that are a heck of a lot shorter, maybe 10, 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes. And you can definitely get information there. But you know where to reach me. You can always just reach out to me anyway, any day. And I do appreciate all your input. It really has helped a whole lot. So I'm feeling as if there is hope. I mean, I think the biggest issue for me, and this may sound silly, was being able to, and please, Sandy, don't make a remark, being able to bend over, being able to actually bend down and pick up the stuff without feeling that awful pain going up the thigh. It was terrible. And it made it really, really difficult for me to do anything. And it made me realize just how compromised I was. So it's good to be on this side of that. You're very hard not to do the ugly cry. I just typically am not a crybaby, so I like to think that anyway. Okay, Barb, have a wonderful night's sleep. I'm so glad that I had it, and I'm happy that anything that is a plus in my day is a great thing for me. I'm grateful for it. So it's a good thing. And then if I have this to look forward to spend time with you, isn't that really a gift as well? So I'm happy for it. I'm happy about it, and that's it. So tomorrow I am going to be a little bit busy as well. I have to go to my client, and I've got to go take pictures of two apartments that he wants to put on the market. And I am going to run a couple of errands. And I have to tell you, I came very, very close to running to a Bath and Body Works store today. Good night, Pat. They had a crazy sale. They had buy three, get four free, and I've never seen that. No, I did have a date, Wendy. You see that? It might be worth trying to wade through a little bit. I had a breakfast date today. You want to make peanut cookies. That sounds really good. I, good night. I did wear a wig on my date. I wore it white out. And I almost felt like I should tell him because the next time I would probably, good night, Barb. The next time I would probably show up in different hair. So you never know. Good night. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Jane. Don't tell him, just show up in different hair all the time and have him, well, he might not, I don't know, do men always notice? Roots tomorrow and cookie pre-Christmas party bake. Oh, that'll be fun. Sandy, that'll be fun baking with the kids. That should be a nice thing. No, I'm not going to wear the brown wig. That's going to be a little bit too much, I think. I really wish that I had those wigs coming in at this point so I could do more wig reviews, but it looks as if that, for whatever reason, did not pan out the way it was supposed to. So, um, not that at this point. Yeah, well, he's going to have a lot to guess about. And then again, I have to be careful because sticky with icing and kids, oh, yeah, that could be pretty messy. If I do too much of that, yes, you definitely, you definitely have to call Wendy. We'll have a nice chat. I had, if I do that too much at his age, he might really think he's got Alzheimer's. So I don't want to scare the guy half to death, at least not yet. So I have to treat him gingerly. And by the way, if anybody notices any chin hair, I meant to tweeze before I came on, but I did not. So I apologize until I get that done. Hopefully tomorrow. Um, yeah, I mean, the poor guy. The fathers drink, the kids get sticky, my dogs bark, fa la la. Oh yeah, I take it back. Tell us all about it when you come on next time. So I'm going to see if I'm able. Yeah, I should be able to come back on. I don't know if anybody's around on Saturday night, but if I am able to come back on and if anybody is going to be around, perhaps we can do this a little bit tomorrow. Otherwise, I will shoot for Sunday or Monday. You're going to be around, Myra? I may try it. Oh, okay. So if a group of you are available and want to come in and chat for a while, let's do it. A day late and a dollar short. Exactly, Mary. How are you? It's nice to see you. That's that. I think, was it my mother who said that? Somebody used to say that all the time. I'm a day late and a dollar short. It is very, very late there. I know it is. Get some sleep, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Okay, I'm gonna end this now, and I am going to very possibly come back tomorrow for a little while in the evening, and then we'll know who all of us are who don't have a life. So I will see. I will see you all soon. Take care. I love you all. Good night.